I'm nervous. Okay.
I know you're nervous. Lucy, what is your role here in Ngaamba? What do you do?
Okay, I'm Lucy Andrew, and I'm the community representative for Fortin Bridge. I work with the community in mobilizing the community. If we have something to do with the community, I go ahead and mobilize the people around the area, try to sensitize them, and try to see them to have a positive mind of what we're doing at Fortin Bridge.
Now, do you who do you work for in the community? Do you have somebody that you report to? Is it Fortin Bridge or Leonard or?
I work hand in hand with the council in the Ngaamba community, but I have my boss is Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you live out here in Ngaamba?
I live in Ngaamba. I was born in Ngaamba, brought up in Ngaamba, so I love Ngaamba. I know everything about Ngaamba.
And you went to school here as well?
I went to school here.
Yeah. So when Fortin Bridge people come, what's the sense here when we come over? What is?
It's always overwhelming.
Yeah.
It is something I cannot put into words, because it's something that it's so good. We feel in our hearts that people are coming from all the way abroad just to visit us, to see how we're living, and we see so much love in you guys, and we see God's love that He's put in you to love us and to come down to the grassroots and help in manual work, going around in dirt. You don't care about getting dirt, and you work hard, really hard.
Well, I think it's from our perspective, it's pretty impressive how hard your team works. You know, we've all praised God this week that we haven't had to dig the ditches.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. So, what's happened since? From your perspective? What's happened since Fortin has started coming in here a year ago to this community? What has there been a change?
There is change, a great one, because our first project is water project, and our main problem in Kenya and mostly in Ngaamba, it's water, because so far in Ngaamba community we are working with only one borehole. That's the only one that we can have like a water source, and we are trying to have from this one water source to feed 6 villages and try to get water in every home. That's our main vision and mission. And so far we've seen some great changes, because people used to travel like 3 hours, over 3 hours to get a 20-liter jerrycan. Some parts of Ngaamba have benefited from the water project, and like now they're happy about it. They're happy.
Yeah.
And my prayer is that by the end of the project, by the end of the water project, everyone will be satisfied with water, and Ngaamba will be completely changed. Yeah.
So they're going to use the water, is it primarily drinking water?
Not really. The main reason for this water, apart from drinking and household calls, is irrigation. Because if we have irrigation in every home, we find that people grow vegetables around the house and have better ways of farming, and because we have food scarcity in the area, it will serve like a good source of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about the faith of the people here in Ngaamba.
The faith.
Yeah, faith in God. What's that all about?
Ngaamba has a population of 7,000 people, 6 villages, and have carried a census the last 3 months, and over 90% is Christian. We have few Muslim, but that's like 5%, and so most of our people are Christians. They do love God, they understand the love of God, and when they see something like this happening, they know it's a miracle from God, because we've been praying to God to answer our prayers, because the rains are failing for the last 3 seasons. We do not have reliable rainfall, and so this is a miracle. It's an answer it's a prayer being answered by God.
I think I had to say this because it's hard to describe without juxtaposing it against our society, against America. And the thing is that I see is that there's a wonderfully simple life here that we have a tough time embracing because we've got so much stuff in the way. And I mean, but it looks like it's a very hard life. It's But the thing that blows me away more than anything else is just the overwhelming joy, just the sense of peace that the people of Ngaamba have. That I guess I'd say that, you know, my greatest concern for any community when Americans start coming in is to not embrace too much of what we have and what we are, because there's a limit to how good it really can get, and then it starts to become a blinding. You can't see God in the middle of all of your stuff, and I think that's the thing that I really see here is I can just sense that the people of Ngaamba have got a relationship and a trusting in God that is just absolutely miraculous. And it's in the smiles, it's in the friendliness, and that ain't happening in Alpharetta, Georgia. Not as much as we wish it would, nor most of what is the rest of America. So we can really sense the presence of people coming together and working together. And you know, what we did yesterday with the community, the people from your town here, from this village, this area, was just remarkable. Because, I mean, it was all of us coming together and just buzzing down through it and getting it done, rather than, you know, somebody just, you know, doing a job and walking away. I mean, we know, everyone knows that it means something, something probably a lot bigger than any one of us.
I understand that it's more expensive to be in Kenya, the trip. Do you think it's worthwhile?
Do I think it's worthwhile? It's more expensive to come here and be here than...
It's expensive, but do you think what you've achieved in Kenya it's worth?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely.
I mean...
Gosh, that's a hard question to answer. Why is it worth it? Past, you know, that God's called all of us to make sacrifices in our lives for His sake, and in an obedience to step out of our world. You know, and as Paul pointed out, when I'm with the Jews, I'm a Jew. When I'm with the Greek, I'm a Greek. And you know, it's just following. It's basically coming here. It's just an act of obedience. And in an act of obedience, you know, as Paul pointed out too in Philippians, and he said, and Christ humbled Himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on the cross. He didn't choose humility. He didn't decide He was going to be. He was obedient to it. And it's something that I shared with the team last night, is that we've all taken that step of acting out and being obedient by saying, yes, God, I will come, I will go to where You want me to go and be part of what You're doing somewhere else. Not going over to make something happen, to go over to be a part of what God is already doing. And that's probably, I mean, for any believer, whether you're Kenyan going into Uganda or whether you're American going into Kenya, it doesn't matter. I mean, God's calling each one of us to go somewhere and be with people and be part of what He's doing where He's doing it. And so I hope that answers the question, I guess.